Hi everybody, it's Jenn from McCreath. It's July 6th, 2022. Did a video earlier today about Pride. And now it's turned into a month instead of a week. On that note, I made mention that despite being a founder of a Pride organization in my current hometown, I've not actually partaken in any of this organization's events for many years. And I want to address that right now. It appears St. John's Pride Incorporated has gone through yet another reorg. There seems to be high turnover. Every year there's new people that come forward and people that want to get out, I guess. There's a new website. I guess they couldn't even edit the old website. And they're announcing some Pride events. And they're asking for a lot of people to give them money. Which I guess in some ways can be considered a positive, because when I ran this organization, nobody wanted to give us any money. We were just happy to get people to show up and volunteer their products and services. But I gotta ask, where's all this money going? And I think other people have been asking the same questions for the past 7, 8 years. It's great that Pride as an organization is evolving to the point where, and it's funny, I predicted this. When I founded St. John's Pride Incorporated with 2 other prominent members of the community in 2010, said, you know what they're doing in Halifax? They're charging people. They have to pay a fee just to go into the parade. And I said, that's how big the Pride branding can get with a little bit of work. It all starts with incorporating into a non-profit. Some of them laughed. And I said, you watch, 10 years from now, people will be begging to join this parade, to the point where we'll be able to charge businesses $100 just to come into the parade, because they're going to want to be seen supporting us, because they're going to realize that there's a lot more business supporting us than there is not supporting us. So here we are. Okay, I saw the post. More than 100 businesses have forked out $100. That's 10 grand. And my issue here is with St. John's Pride is that for years they've taken in all this money and they haven't told the public how it's being spent, nor are they even giving members of the public, or members specifically of the Pride community, to even have a say in this. One of my reasons for creating St. John's Pride Incorporated was to put some rules and regulations in place and hopefully force this organization to comply with some basic standards of nonprofits. And I found out, unlike the feds who do audit charities, the province, you can be a nonprofit but not have federal charitable status, where you exist as a corporate entity, but the audit piece is really non-existent. It's not there. It's upon you to just tell the government every year that yes, we still exist, our address is still the same, our board members are either the same or we've changed, and that's all they want to hear. It's the people, the membership, who need to hold that board accountable. Without an actual membership program, outside of, I guess, what we'll call the annual general meeting voting rights membership, this Pride Incorporated was supposed to have quarterly meetings open to the public, and that's where decisions will be made about what we're going to do with this $50,000. Now I see posts saying, oh, we're going to have a contest to decide who gets to be the Grand Marshal, and we're going to give that person $1,000. and they can donate it to a charity. And I'm not necessarily saying that all of these ideas are good or bad. I'm just saying that the community needs to have more say in this thing, because that's what this organization is supposedly about. I haven't seen any meetings. Pride planning. Pride feedback. What do you want to see in Pride? What type of events? I see a lot of drag events, and I get it. I understand that at least one of the person out of the... Again, who's even on this board? I went to the website and there's no names on there. You can't figure out who's running Pride. And I've even found out that there are people outside of the board who have been asked to help do some of the work for Pride, which is fine, but if you're going to be a registered nonprofit, you need to be accessible. We had problems where accessibility was not there. We all remember when I whipped out a match, set something on fire to make a point. I don't want to go that far this year because I'm not sure it's warranted. I did read the fine print though, in terms of who's welcome and who's not welcome at the parade, and who's allowed to wear what, and that there's a secret vetting process and rules that aren't published. And then there's those bylaws that say if you want to work and be a part of the Pride board, you are not allowed to compete against Pride. How the hell do you compete against Pride? The foundation of the organization is still very seriously flawed. You build the foundation, then you build the house, then you have people come in and live in the house. I have no doubt that we've got some good people living in this house right now, but I'm afraid your house is going to crumble. Something's not going to... It's just not there. And before I jump in and support an organization, especially with an organization that has such a controversial recent history, I want to know what I'm getting involved with. I want to know who I'm dealing with. The brand name itself is not enough. And that is unfortunate. I get it. It's been a rough couple of years. We've had COVID. People are losing their jobs. People are filing for bankruptcy. The last thing people want to do is devote time to organize a Pride event or oversee the management of a Pride organization. I also get that it's very important to have Pride weeks and Pride events. And with very little time left, since they kind of gave the all clear that the COVID situation's under control, I get it. Go out there and put off a great Pride week. At the same time, I look at the list of events, and there's not a lot there that I would want to be a part of. No offense to drag entertainment, but it's just not for me. I'm not interested. I wouldn't go for free, let alone buy tickets to watch people perform in drag. I'm not going to pay $100 to go and march in a parade. It's bringing in tons of money that I have no idea where the money's going. Quite frankly, there's a lot of people and organizations within this LGBTQ Pride community of St. John's that either I don't like them or they don't like me. Or most importantly, these people or these groups have either disrespected me, insulted me, or attempted to erase me and the work I've done for this community from existence. And in some cases, some of these folks are being hyped up, valued. I just don't see it that way. We all need to be respectful towards each other. And when you got these cliques and camps taking over Pride and just giving out grants to their friends and only involving certain people, that's not inclusive Pride, that's exclusive Pride. So to sum it up, I just don't feel comfortable being involved with this. I don't want to have to keep putting YouTube videos out here. I'd like to hope that there'll be opportunities for people like me, especially as a former founder and former board member of this organization, to come back to the table, meet with the current executive of Pride, meet with other members of the LGBTQ community. That includes seniors, it includes trans people, it includes youth, students, it includes, sure, drag entertainers, but not just them. There's a lot of people not represented on the board, and hence not represented in these events. And just a lot of questions, a lot of... I want to see more transparency, more openness. I want to know what's going on, how this organization's being run, what makes it tick. Specifically, where's all this money coming from, and where's it going, and who's making those decisions. And if it's just going to be passed along to your friends in some of these other organizations that may or may not deserve it, then I have a problem with that. So, sorry folks, you will not be seeing me at any of the St. John's Pride events. And that's not to say that I'm totally against everything. It's just to say that I won't be there. Will I be active during Pride Week? Sure. I may even organize my own events, as I've done in the past. I may film a video or two. Ultimately, I do have other goals beyond Pride Week. I'm looking to find like-minded individuals, whether it's being trans, being in an older demographic, whatever. Groups who are somehow part of this crazy LGBTQ umbrella, but don't feel that the existing groups out there are representing them or their interests. We're going to start filling some gaps, and there's going to be some more organizations created. And yeah, some of you people won't like it. Hopefully you'll approach it with an open mind. Don't just dismiss something because it's Jennifer behind the idea. Maybe I'm going to have some good ideas. Maybe you're out there saying, I don't want to go to Pride either because there's no people like me there. As I mentioned, where's the middle-aged trans community groups? There aren't any that I can see. What about the trans athletes? That's been quite the story over the international news lately. Not a peep out of anyone. So yeah, I've got plans. And I'm getting back into the activism industry. Not to say I'm going to try to compete against Pride. Am I going to try to take over Pride? Probably not. I don't consider that something I've ever done. It's my baby. I helped establish St. John's Pride Incorporated. A lot of people said after I left they would de-incorporize it. Everything I said about that organization at that time needed to be done. It was the right thing to do. I think the organization is stronger because of it. The only bad thing they did was they ripped up my constitution and changed the rules and put in all sorts of weird, wacky requirements. Maybe it's because they wanted to keep control of the organization within a certain group. But yeah. Anyway, I won't be there. But for those who do go, I hope you have a positive experience. And yeah, we're just not there yet. There's still a lot of people that don't feel welcome at Pride. And I hope you're listening to St. John's Pride Incorporated, because there's a lot of people who feel badly about not being accepted or welcomed here. And that can only change with open communication. And it's genuine communication, not just lip service. So, going to be reaching out. after Pride Week's over, and curious to see who's willing to sit down and have a chat with me, and who perhaps isn't. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night.